Peace of mind is a decision before it's a condition. That one truth, if embraced fully, can reshape how we live, how we react, and how we rise. Too often, people spend their entire lives chasing the illusion that peace is something waiting for them at the end of success, the end of conflict, the end of a stressful chapter. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. Peace isn't something you find, it's something you choose. It doesn't arrive because everything is calm around you. It becomes real when everything is chaos around you, and you still decide not to let it live inside you. Think about the average day of a person. Wake up, check the phone, notifications already waiting, emails unread, some good news, maybe some not so good news. Then you rush into the day. Commute, responsibilities, people demanding your attention, bills whispering from the corner, a conversation from last night still playing in your head. In this rush, people don't even realize that they've handed over their peace without even a fight. They've given away the calmness of their mind to things they cannot control, all because they never understood that peace is not passive. Peace is a position. It's a posture of strength, not surrender. Let me give you a real example. Picture someone stuck in traffic. Horns are blaring, people are shouting. The car next to them just cut them off. They feel the frustration rise like heat in the chest. Their whole mood shifts. Now they're not just late, they're angry. That moment steals their peace. But what really happened? The traffic didn't take their peace. They gave it away. Because peace isn't in the traffic, it's in how you respond to it. And the person in the next car, they might be listening to music, sipping tea, smiling. Same traffic, different decision. That's the difference. One person reacts, the other chooses. You see, peace of mind begins when you stop giving away your internal power to external pressure. You can't control the waves of life, but you can learn how to surf them. You can't stop the noise, but you can train your soul to be the silence in the storm. This is not theory. This is life. Peace isn't a luxury reserved for people who live in the mountains or sit cross-legged in silence. Peace is for the single mother who wakes up at 5 a.m. to prepare her kids' lunches and still smiles through her struggle. Peace is for the young man in the city balancing 3 part-time jobs but holding his head high because he believes he's building a future. Peace is for the entrepreneur who hears no 20 times a week but still chooses hope. Peace is for you, not when life gives it to you, but when you stop allowing life to steal it from you. It takes spiritual maturity to say, I will not be controlled by what I can't control. It takes strength to sit in a storm and refuse to let it inside of you. And that strength doesn't come from pretending. It comes from being anchored. Anchored in values. Anchored in a connection with the Creator. Anchored in the knowing that what's meant for you can't be taken by what's against you. When your heart is anchored like that, peace is no longer something you search for. It becomes the atmosphere you carry everywhere. Let me take you deeper. A tree doesn't stop growing because the wind blows. In fact, the pressure of the wind makes the roots go deeper. Trees don't seek shelter from storms. They become stronger because of them. So should you. Don't let stress become your identity. Don't let tension define your energy. Peace is a decision you make every day the moment you open your eyes. It's the decision to breathe before you react, to listen before you respond, to forgive even when you're still hurting, to smile not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned to master your inner world regardless of your outer reality. Peace is not weakness. It's not passive. It's powerful. It means you're so deeply connected to the wisdom of God, so deeply aware of who you are, that the world's noise can't penetrate your spirit. You become like still water, calm but reflective, still but deep. You begin to respond to life with clarity instead of chaos. You stop rushing and you start rising. People will look at you and wonder how you stay calm when everything's falling apart. They'll think you're lucky, but you'll know it's not luck, it's discipline, it's alignment, it's the fruit of a spiritual decision you make every single day. That decision says, I choose to protect my peace like I protect my future. And when you do that, nothing can shake you, not the betrayal, not the bad news, not the closed doors. So let the world keep spinning. Let the storms rage. You stay centered. You stay rooted. Because when peace lives in your mind, it flows into your decisions, your words, your relationships, and your direction. And that kind of peace, it can't be bought. It can't be faked. And it definitely can't be taken. It can only be chosen every day by you. Financial stability is not a destination you stumble into. It's a life you design through decisions rooted in wisdom, patience, and self-respect. It's not about having endless wealth, but about cultivating the kind of structure and mindset that allows what you do have to grow. Many people misunderstand money. They see it only as paper, digits, or something to be feared or chased. But the truth is, money is a tool, nothing more, nothing less. And like any tool, when used with intention, it can build something meaningful. When misused, it can create destruction. Let's face it, most people are stuck in a cycle. They wake up stressed about bills, spend their days trying to make ends meet, and fall asleep wondering how to get ahead. It's like running on a treadmill, sweating hard but going nowhere. Why? Because their financial habits are reactions, not strategies. They spend to feel better. They borrow to escape. They earn, but they don't plan. And beneath it all, they carry this quiet shame, as if struggling with money is a reflection of their worth. But it's not. Financial struggle doesn't mean you're broken. It means you need new tools, not just new income. Take the example of someone earning a modest salary, maybe just enough to cover the basics. They're not buying luxury cars or expensive clothes. But each month, they carve out a small piece of their income, no matter how tight it feels. Maybe they save a few hundred, maybe just 50. They write down their spending. They resist impulse buying. They invest time into learning, reading books, watching videos, asking questions. Over time, something shifts, not just in their bank account, but in their mindset. They're not anxious like before. They're focused. That small change, repeated over months and years, becomes a financial foundation, not flashy, but solid. That's what wisdom does. It compounds. Now take someone else, maybe earning far more. High income, high status, but low discipline. They buy what they want when they want. No budget, no savings, just vibes. On the surface, they look successful. But one unexpected event, a job loss, a health emergency, a market crash, and everything crumbles. Why? Because their life was built on appearance, not principle. Wealth built on emotion is like a house made of sand, pretty until the wind blows. You see, financial stability is not about how much you have. It's about how well you manage what you have. And it starts with a shift in thinking. Stop seeing money as the goal. See it as the result of understanding timing, sacrifice, planning, and discipline. Money doesn't just answer to hustle. It responds to structure. When you begin to manage your finances like a steward, not a spender, you start aligning with divine order. You start building legacy, not just lifestyle. One of the biggest lies we've been told is that to be stable, you have to be rich. That's not true. Stability is about consistency. It's about learning to say no today so you can say yes tomorrow. It's about separating your emotions from your decisions. It's about building habits that don't rely on motivation, but on principles. Think of a farmer. They plant seeds not because they see instant fruit, but because they understand timing. They prepare the ground, water the soil, watch for signs. That's how financial growth works. You plant through planning. You water through discipline. You harvest through patience. Look around at nature. Nothing rushes, yet everything is accomplished. The sun rises on time. The rivers flow with rhythm. The seasons change in order. There's divine wisdom in structure, and your finances are no different. If your money is always in chaos, your mind will be too. If your money has no assignment, it will always disappear. But when you start assigning every dollar a purpose, this is for saving, this is for giving, this is for growth. You start building a relationship with your finances based on intention, not impulse. Let me take you into a moment. Imagine you're sitting at your kitchen table and in front of you is a notebook. On one side, your income. On the other, your expenses. You look at it not with fear, but with authority. You tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. You plan, you trim, you realign. Then you look in the mirror and realize you feel lighter, not because you're rich, but because you're responsible. That's peace. That's maturity. That's power. Don't wait for more to start managing better. Start where you are with what you have. Because if you don't master money in the small, it will master you in the big. Financial peace isn't bought, it's built. It's built in quiet decisions, in small sacrifices, in daily discipline, and most importantly, it's built when you understand that wealth begins in the mind long before it appears in the wallet. So breathe. Your breakthrough doesn't require a miracle, just a method. And when you walk in that method with clarity, wisdom, and trust in the divine order of things, you will find that stability isn't something far away. It's something you are always capable of creating.